there is a thin line between being offensive and being honest. Being offensive and being honest. And I know perhaps you're listening to this and then you're saying, Mimi, I don't sugarcoat things. I say it as it is. I am a straight shooter. And believe me, I relate. Because also, personally, I don't sugarcoat things. I see it as it is. I tell it as it is. I really don't know how to, I don't know. I'm me. I think I am one of those people, and this is something I've had to learn, that you can be honest. Personally, I love honesty. I'm always like, I would rather I be honest. You feel offended. I mean, you feel ish kidogo, but at the end of it all inakusaidia. But I am learning, especially as a Christian, and especially because you're supposed to mirror Christ, because Christ said things as they were, but was he offensive? No, he was not offensive. There are people who are mad, but he was not offensive. And I know, and I'm speaking to myself also. There is a thin line between being honest and being offensive. And honestly, as you can see from the title and from the thumbnail, honestly, as Christians, sometimes we just have to keep our opinion to ourselves. Because imagine we are going on, we are we are going on creating conflict right, left and center. Alafu if somebody says, hey, wewe pia hata kama umeokoka, you are being too much, you're like, hey, take it or leave it. In as much as you're supposed to be honest, I think there is a thin line between being offensive and being honest. And if you're not careful, we could be using being honest, as an excuse to be offensive. Being offensive inamaanisha we are hurting people. We are hurting people. Alafu tukiuliza tunasema, hey, I'm just an honest person. And this is for me too. Hey, my name is Connie Achieng, and I'm a faith-based Christian content creator, and this is Christian Candid Conversation, a platform where we focus on social issues. I've just seen a card. Social issues in the life of a Christian from a Christian perspective. So if this is something that interests you, subscribe and join the family. You can also like, so that this video will be recommended to other Christians. So let's continue back into the talk. So, being offensive, being honest. I think the best thing when we're being honest, number one is the way, the way you say it. Because people say it is not what you say, it is how you say it. Most of the times, psychology says we speak, our non-verbal, everything speaks a lot even before we speak. And apart from our non-verbal, even the verbal aspects of our speech will say a lot. When we are saying this honesty or whatever, these honest things you are saying, what is the tone that we are using? What is the tone? What is the underlying tone? How are our facial expressions? What is the mood we come in? How do we carry ourselves? Because we might actually be being judgmental na tujui. And then when people start calling us judgmental, tunaanza kusema, oh, people don't like being corrected. It is true. We need to correct each other. It is true. We need to be honest. But I think we need to find a balance, especially as Christians. I'm not talking about the rest, because if you're a Christian, and I'm speaking from experience, if you're a Christian and then you go on saying the truth, carelessly, in the end of the day, you are becoming a stumbling block to someone from coming to church. And I'm not saying we sugarcoat things. I'm not saying, we pretend. I'm not saying we become people pleasers. I'm simply saying we should be intentional not to hurt others, even as we deliver the truth. We should be intentional that the way we are presenting the truth, it should be in a way that can actually help and not, condemn or put someone down kabisa, aseme basi mimi give up. That is exactly what I'm just trying to say. And I'm speaking to myself because mimi kama mtu, I have had to learn a lot when it comes to how I deliver the truth. Yes, so that's it. Look at our tone. If I'm gonna ask somebody, I think the best is to ask. If you're sharing with someone and then someone says, hey, Shwe Pia, you're too judgmental, ask them. I know it is easier said than done, but ask them why. Why do you think I'm judgmental? What is it that I'm doing I'm judgmental? If you find their reason are ish, then you can say ama. Or ask another Christian, someone who you know will be honest with you. Ask them. Nimesikia people are saying I'm judgmental, I'm too harsh. There's nothing wrong with too harsh. I'm judgmental, or I'm holier than thou. I'm evil. what is it that I'm doing? And then get to hear from them, and then try to see, okay, is it true? And then take it to the Lord in prayer and ask the Holy Spirit, is this something that I need to work on? Is this true, or there is nothing here? I believe we can learn a lot, because when so many people say you are judgmental, or they throw around the holier than thou thing, if you talk to another Christian, somebody older than you, and even maybe your age mate, perhaps they could let you see what you don't see. Maybe it is in our tone, maybe it is in the way we do things, even. So that is one. Number one, check our tone. Number two, especially our tone. Check the tone when we say that, when we're saying, giving these honest opinions. Check our tone, check our body language, even. And when you can't see anything, ask someone else to help you, so that in the end of the day, we're giving the truth that helps, and not the truth that pulls people further from Christ. Because in the end of the day, if you're giving the truth that is not bringing anyone to Christ, inatusaidia nini? Imesaidia mtu kweli? Haijanisaidia. It has not helped the other person. So if there's a better way of delivering the truth, let us look for that better way and then deliver that truth. For me, the second one, which now applied to me, I learned that as a Christian, you don't have to give your opinion in everything. Si lazima useme kenye kwa akili. Some things, funga mdomo. Say them. Some things, just keep them to yourself. I am one of those people. I always used to say what was on my mind. You're having a discussion, I'm like, stop, stop, stop. But the Bible says, kidogo kidogo, stop, stop, stop. Kidogo kidogo, stop. I was that person, and things went south for me. I realized people were coming to me like, I thought, see, we were just having a discussion, but then people responded like, what do you know? Kwenda huko, nyinyi wa Kristo. So people started saying, nyinyi, and when I was giving my opinion, in my mind, I was not giving it as a Christian. I was giving it as a human being. But all of a sudden, nyinyi wa Kristo, mnajifanya, you Christians, pretenders, I don't know, kwenda huko. So I had to take time and pause and wonder, why are people reacting this way? What is wrong? And then I told myself, man, these are attacks. I took that truth. This is an attack from the enemy. Na nika shikilia hapo. But one day I was watching, I don't know, it was Sitam. Then there's a show, it was Laura, Kerry, and another guy. They were having a conversation, and then the guy was saying, you don't have to have an opinion in everything. Maybe that gave me peace. So when people started discussing certain things, I would keep quiet. Because most of the times, they already know what I have to say. When people are saying things, keeping quiet. But if they asked me, Connie, what do you think? I'll tell them, personally, this is what I think. And then I say it, and then I keep quiet. If they react, they react. If they don't, they don't. But at least I was intentional about not giving my opinion in everything. Because at the end of the day, it almost felt like everyone was going point A, mi nilikuwa naenda Z. So perhaps they thought I was judging them. Perhaps they thought I was, elevating myself higher than them. So I just had to chill. Nowadays, if you ask me, if you point my name out, and then I'm keen to say, this is what I think, and then I give it. And if I don't agree with you, I'll tell you, I definitely don't agree with you. But if that's what you want to believe in, that's up to you. You have the right to, but I definitely don't agree with you. And then I try to maintain calmness. I know. I try to maintain calmness and even nini, but at least ilipunguza ile conflict. Of course, by now people know, if they're talking about, people are always saying marriage doesn't work, but they already know me, I believe in marriage. People are saying, sijui nini is a scam, they believe me, evil. So they already know what I believe in. So I don't have to constantly throw it to their face that this is what I believe in and you guys believe in this. So I think when we're being honest, those two things have helped me. Number one, check your tone and check your attitude, check your body language when you're delivering this truth. And I had to ask my friends, am I too harsh? Am I too judgmental? And my friends were like, no, you're not. So I knew that was not a problem for me. So I knew that what was being an issue sana was that I was giving my opinion unnecessarily. Now, if somebody asks me, I will give it to you. If I feel that you're going too south, then I will say, hey, I know you guys believe in A, but imagine there is also this B. And I believe in this B because of this. If they react, they react. If they don't, they don't. But at least it minimized the conflict situation I had going on. So as Christians, and I'm speaking to myself, especially those people who are straight shooters. I am a straight shooter. I don't sugarcoat things, and because of that, hey, hey, it is not easy anyway. It is not easy. So normally, if those who know me, I'll tell them, they'll know I mean well. Those who don't know me, I relax. If you really, really, really ask me, I'll tell you. And then akwachanga tu hapo. But for those of us who don't sugarcoat things, you are a straight shooter, you like being honest all the time, it is good. I don't think it is a bad thing, it is good. But so that I'm not saying we lower our standards. I'm saying we should also be considerate of other people's feelings. Maybe just check with your friends. If you have a mentor, check with your mentor. Ask them, am I too judgmental? Am I this? And then the other thing, you don't always have to have an opinion. Sometimes you can keep quiet and let people say whatever they want to say. But if they point you out, hey, Tony, Mark, Mary, Atieno, Joroge, Kimani, Wanjiru, what do you think? Because they've pointed your name, tell them. But if they don't, sometimes keep your opinion to yourself. We don't always have to say what's on our mind. Yes, that's what I think. What do you think? What are some of the things we can do when delivering the truth so that we don't come out as being offensive? Even as we're giving our truth helps the person listening to it rather than pushing them further away from Christ. Because at the end of the day, I believe we share the truth to bring people closer to Christ. What are some of these things we can do as Christians in delivering the truth or giving our honest opinions without being offensive? Kindly comment down below. Thank you so much for your time. If you've enjoyed this video, like it so that way it will be recommended to other Christians. Until next time, stay safe.